man, Kronos coming out from Crystallize. Really nice positioning as well, always making sure that Dendi can get in some damage as well. And so really comfort pick for him at this point. And of course, Echo with the Skywrath, going to be able to help pump out a bit more damage in the early game.
Can I just say how nice it is to see Navi back in the scene here? I'm actually so excited. Like, Virtus Pro is awesome. They're very, very popular. They've got a lot of good games under their belt. But it is nice to see Navi back up. And of course, they just added Roger onto their roster. Roger is actually my favorite player over on Team Empire. So really just happy to see this team, you know, start to show off and see what they can do together. No Bird Mother, though. They get real wise over here. They don't want any of that cheese. We saw that plenty yesterday. I believe it was M19. Was it Pikachu who played it? No.
I believe so, yes. Or no, it was Monkeys Forever in the NA game that we casted.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was just so ridiculous. And then we also saw Ramses actually go mid against a Broodmother with the Ursa Bear and just absolutely destroy too. So, you know, gonna ban out the Broodmother. They have ways to deal with it, but
yeah, and the interesting,
they just don't want to deal.
Interesting thing about the Earthshaker pick is that Navi has to be a little bit careful in the back of their mind, because yesterday they actually ran G on Vegas Squadron. They ran G in the mid lane as the Earthshaker, and it was pretty successful. They did end up winning the game, but for a good chunk of time there, it was looking really scary for Navi. So they do have to keep in the back of their mind that even though it's not necessarily flavor of the month, Earthshaker can still be played as a very potent mid, and of course, no one, easily one of the best mids in the world, so probably could very easily flip into that Earthshaker and you know, could pose a threat to Navi.
Yeah, I think I mentioned this yesterday too, but it's worth mentioning again. I believe they did like an interview with Sumail, and they asked him, you know, who don't you like playing against mid? And no one was definitely at the top of that list. He does not enjoy playing against them. He's a very, very talented mid. Of course, this is just the game of extremely talented mids in general, though. We have, you know, of course, Dendi on the side of Navi, so it's going to be really fun to watch this mid lane matchup.
Yeah, it's always fun to see what they pick for Dendi, whether it be the TA, the Dendi Invoker. He always seems to find some way to make some crazy plays. And Navi doing this, you know, a really good draft to just enable that that kind of run-at-you style that Navi's just so good at. You know, they have Bounty Hunter to create pressure in the lanes. Saneko on the Skywrath is going to be doing a lot of work with the spam, as well as obviously the synergy with the Void. So they have this really nice lineup for just run-at-you Dota and really scaling and exploding and out of the early game, which suits Navi's playstyle perfectly.
Well, this is really fascinating to me because Virtus Pro actually picks up the Venomancer. If you look at a lot of the past games, Venom is the first ban for a lot of Navi's games. So they picked up basically, I don't want to say their worst nightmare, but like the one guy they really just didn't want to see being run in the match against them. So I'm interested to see how they're going to respond to this.
I mean, if they leave that in, they probably have a plan for it, right? Already, the Skywrath Mage has a really long duration silence, and that's the big problem, right? Is, you know, even if you burst the Veno down, there's not usually stuns long enough to stop him from at least getting off his ult before he dies. But now you have this like 7-second silence that's going to come out from Saneko, and while it is of course scary for a Skywrath because he is so squishy to go against a Veno, the silence is going to do a lot, and also amp up the damage from the Shuriken toss coming out for Bounty Hunter as well. So they do have a couple of solutions. The Beastmaster are going to help with that as well. General played very well on this very recently, and the vision going to be huge, spotting out the Venomancer, not letting him get off those nice Gales, those blink initiations, and Roar, another long duration disable to stop him from getting off that ultimate.
This gives him a lot of vision too, between the Bounty Hunter and of course the Hawk that's going to be on the map. That'll be able to give Navi a lot of information as to where people are staging and setting up. So definitely another added bonus, I guess, to the Beastmaster and the Bounty Hunter. But they pick up an Omni Knight. This isn't something I think VP's played in a while, have they? Yeah, I was doing my research. I mean, I've got my little notebook in front of me because I'm doing my homework for the last couple days. But yeah, I don't think I remember seeing an Omni Knight pickup, so that's pretty interesting over here on VP. I wonder how they're going to run this. Like, look at this lineup, Forge. This is very interesting right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking at it, it's probably going to be the Pasha Omni Knight. He did run it.
Radiant team.
We're gonna hold it against you forever, Forge. The worst.
I believe it. But yeah, they did run it successfully against LGD at TI.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, we've had a couple of balance tweaks since then. 706F has come out, but it is a hero that Pasha has played successfully recently. But I mean, you're going up against the General Beastmaster. It's his second most played hero overall. He's got like a 70% win rate. Very comfortable pick for him. The only real advantage that the Omni Knight has is the repel, and they've already got the answer for it with the Primal Roar, BKB piercing, spell immune piercing, disables. So I'm a little worried for VP right now, but I'm sure they know exactly what they're doing.
Definitely. I mean, that was like the name of the game for a long time here. You've been seeing like the Beastmaster pick up because the Roar is BKB piercing. You've been seeing things also like the Max pickup as well. It hasn't been really popular lately. It's been pretty tough to find good off-laners as well in the current patch. I think I was talking with Trent, and, you know, we were talking about, you know, what would be really good here. And we were like, maybe, you know, maybe a Sand King or something. He's like, yeah, you know, it's tough because a lot of these guys don't even really exist in the meta. Centaur especially, you know, he used to be such a value pick. You'd be able to go ahead and have someone real tanky on the front line, be able to initiate or run yourself out. Oh boy. They go with the Necrophos. So they're going full out gross green guy Sprout here.
Sniper.
And we get a sniper. We get a sniper.
We're going to get the sniper.
Dendy sniper.
It's going to be the Dendy sniper going up against, it looks like the No One Venomancer is how they're going to lane this. So Ramsey is going to be playing that safely Necro up against General. Obviously Roger going to be rotating through there as well. Lil's going to be playing the Earthshaker. Pasha, like I did say, is going to be playing that Omni Knight. Omni Knight actually is one of the better heroes to deal with Faceless Void in the lane, just because you have a natural sustain. You don't necessarily get the heal bomb damage because Void can just time walk it off, but it is some nice sustain in the lane. You have Repel to help deal with Snakeo's Arcane Bolt spam. They do have themselves really, really strong lanes. It's just a question of, do those laning phases win them the game?
That's definitely a good point here, and we've got some really strong harass obviously coming out from Seneko. Going to be able to spam that Arcane Bolt. Roger obviously is going to be running around poking at all the different heroes, making sure that they're putting pressure. So very interested to see how this is going to play out, Forge, but we're going to head into game number 1. You already had a taunt coming out here from no one. I like it. That's one of my favorite taunts. Nothing better than to go mid and just spam that taunt and tilt the other mid laner. Good stuff right there.
We'll see if Dendy gets distracted by that, or if he keeps a cool head and just plinks away.
For some reason, I feel like Dendy's one of those people that just like would laugh a little at it and be like, "That's fun." Dendy just seems like a really fun person.
You're not
Don't
wrong.
know him personally, but that's the feeling I get off of him.
Yeah, no, I think that sounds about right. I do hear it again already. No one just having a little dance, celebrating his banana.
Having fun, right? Semifinals should be a good time playing up against Navi. Roger will definitely appreciate that. He used to spam all of his taunts in the other games I used to cast when he was on Empire, so he could appreciate a good banana taunt.
The one thing this VP draft does do is make it Roger's job really hard. They have really strong lanes all across. Like, it's hard to gank an Omni Knight, it's hard to gank a Lich lane, hard to gank a Necrophos. Like, the early game pressure from Roger is going to be really difficult. They're going to have to commit more than Roger. Probably going to have to use Seneko as well to get any real work done. He's just going to poke and prod.
No, he went to try to steal that rune, but no one just a little bit faster. We'll get a couple value clicks off, though, on our little bit Animancer over here. And looks like everyone headed off to their respective lanes.
Yeah, Lil blocks the wave a little bit to give no one a bit of an advantage, but Dendy's still getting a pretty good block. Unfortunately, thanks to Earthshaker, no one's still going to have that high ground advantage.
All right, so it looks like we're going to have a lot of action over here in the mid lane. I'm sure they want to protect their courier from Roger as he kind of scopes out over on the side. And we were already seeing the duo mid strategy coming out here.
And Sentry Ward already gets placed as well. They don't want Roger having any easy times with that Bounty Hunter.
Absolutely not. Fissure comes out though, lands over onto Dendy, does block him off a little bit, but mostly just trying to be harassing and yeah, there's the taunt coming out. Immediately Roger coming in as well into the fray. Just kind of runs through, throws down the sentry, takes down the other one, and puts a little love over onto Lil.
They do get the Lil does get his own D ward. He eats the sentry with his own tango, but I mean that's still a win for Roger because you still don't have vision of me. Gale's gonna come out on Dendy though.
Yeah, they get the Fissure out. They will get the Gale, and they're slowing him down so much. I think this is a dead Dendy. I think Dendy's gonna be first blood. Yeah, no one gonna be able to clean up, leaving Roger just to leave at take a look at the corpse of poor Dendy over here on the sniper. TP back to lane though.
I mean, it's just such a tough lane for a sniper, especially with there. One Gale, like we saw, and one Fissure equals a dead Dendy for most of the game.
It's gonna make things a little bit difficult though, definitely. Although no one playing very far up right now. There's a shrapnel getting thrown out. They'll get the slow off coming here from the bounty. Sure, lots of damage being thrown. There's the Gale coming out. We'll land over here onto the side. And again, just all the bananas in the world in here. Dendy just coming back to lane is already so low, and he's got. Oops, we got a Fissure over here onto the side. They don't have the detection, though, for Roger. He's going to go ahead, run towards this double damage and grab it. Sitting very, very low, but we'll be able to deny it.
Yeah,
I feel like all eyes are here on this middle lane.
Yeah, Roger opting not to go for the Orb of Venom is hurting him just a little bit, as the extra slow to keep no one in that shrapnel was not there. Didn't have the Janata just yet, so no extra slows coming out there either.
Oh, Dendy in a lot of trouble again. The Gale will connect. During all of this, Pasha's able to kill Roger over in the other lane. They're all sitting so low. Can he finish him off? I think he can. Just needs to get a little bit closer. The taunts coming out. He's going to be able to walk himself away, or rather dance himself, as will the Earthshaker here. Both sitting incredibly low. This lane has just been all the harass.
Yeah, Roger had that double damager and he rotates up. He does get the Lich kill before he dies, which is nice, but does trade his life for Pasha.
Yeah, I've been focused so much over onto this mid lane because there's so much going on that I've unfortunately missed out over on that kill. But checking out the other lanes, looks like Crystallize having a pretty okay lane here, 14 and 5 CS, and Necrophos, of course, over here in the bot lane with General. 14 and 5, 10 and 2. So just, you know, pretty casual farming going on in these other lanes. A lot of resources being dedicated to the mid lane to kind of slow Dendy down here.
Yeah, we've been seeing Navi do this a lot, kind of prioritizing whoever they feel is more vulnerable between Dendy and Crystallize. In this game, it's
Dendy. Solo's in a little bit of trouble here. The heal bomb comes out. They're to buy him a little bit more time. They're going to be able to slow them down a little bit. Pasha trying to run himself out too. Both of them sitting fairly low, but there's no kill that occurs here in this top lane. Just a lot of harass and poking.
Man, where's the Bloodseeker when you need him? Just, like, there's been so many heroes at like 10% HP. He would just go absolutely crazy.
No, Roger was looking for that rune, and he was looking for maybe to poke at a hero too. There is a courier coming in, but it's not going to be able to grab it in time, unfortunately, for him.
It's already flying. He doesn't have enough slow and damage to pick off a courier at this point in the game. But I mean, General is farming pretty well in this bottom lane. 16 and 3 for him. You look at the Omni Knight, he's 7 and 1, and even level advantage going General's way. So this is going to be a Beastmaster that gets his timings pretty quickly. We'll see what he goes for. We've seen some Beastmasters go for, you know, the Helm of Dom. Some of them going for the Blink Dagger. More popular, I think, is the Necrobook build, but we'll see what he goes for.
Ramsey's actually going to go for the dive here over onto General. We'll just keep denies the creep casually. Still just diving these two towers, and he knows that no one's going to be able to come over and help him because everyone's over here in mid. No one's in a little bit of trouble here. That shrapnel slowed him down quite a bit. Followed up with Roger. Will be able to go ahead, throw out an Arcane Bolt, and he's sitting so low. There's the Banana Taunt on top of that. Meanwhile, on the other side, Dendy's stuck. He's trying to fight off. We'll get the kill onto Solo. Can Lil get this kill over onto Dendy, though? Yes, he'll be able to do it, but during all of that, no one actually gets the deny neutral kill himself. Oh, man. So we lose Roger, we lose Dendy, we lose no, but no one gets the denial off on himself. So definitely a better case for VP.
Yeah, and General was forced out of lane by the couldn't, because of all the action going on mid, he had to go back to base. Is back now, but just the sustain that's coming out from the neck is very difficult in general to deal with now. He can't keep feeding boars to Ramses because it's just giving him so much sustain in this lane.
Oh man, I just watched Crystallize get like 3 bashes almost right in a row in this top lane. Bash Lord, please. But yeah, pincering action coming out down here onto Ramses. They know that he's been very cheeky, very forward, able to take down the sentry ward over here that the Radiant placed down.
Ooh,
he should not have been allowed to go and dive behind 2 towers there.
This is scary though. They've got
yeah, signs coming out immediately. Roger will be able to go ahead, put a little harass on as well. He'll go ahead, he'll pop the Ghost Shroud, go ahead, pop his Q as well, try to heal himself up with that Death Pulse. Dendy coming down though. He tried to put some damage over onto Ramses. Gonna back himself out. He's a little bit low, and they'll both shrine together in the meanwhile. Top lane, it looks like Crystallize is not having a fun time with this Omni Knight. He's trying to run himself out, but that degen coming out just slows him down just a little bit. Need to cancel out that salve. Will be able to. His Q's going to be up in about 3 seconds. He's able to juke around and leave Pasha behind into the woods. And he's still got that Q, so I think Crystallize is actually going to be all right. Looks like Lich is looking for him as well. We get a pause.
Tactical pause? Question mark?
I'm not sure. I mean, we did have some problems with the connection earlier on, so
they're having some TeamSpeak issues. So.
All right. That makes sense.
I don't think Solo gets Crystallize here. Crystallize has boots, and Frost Blast range is good, but I don't think it's quite that good.
No, I don't think he's gonna be able to. He doesn't have boots yet either. Plus, yeah, Void's gonna be able to just make it out there. But that was really close. That was a good juke though, coming out from Crystallize during all of that, because that could very easily gone not a great way. There is an Earthshaker standing over here. Lil is looking to make some moves over onto Dendy. We'll be able to land the fissure. Gale comes out. He realizes he's got to get out of here. The TPs are coming in. Looks like Bounty Hunter's going to try to help out. He denies him. Roger gets the deny, and now it looks like Lil's just going to run himself out here. Wants nothing to do with this, realizing, oh man, so close, but not quite.
Yeah, Lil grabbed an Invis rune and then just patiently sat there waiting for his opportunity. Invis rune runs out, so he hides in the trees. Really nice fissure block, but very nice TP rotation from Roger to get that deny off. Sucks that Dendy dies again, but at least doesn't give any gold to no one.
Well, again, we talked about this in the draft. These are 2 of the best mids in the world here. Definitely, you know, all eyes on them. We expect a lot of plays, and we've been getting them. We do have a rotation coming down here on the side of Lil, looking to maybe jump over onto General. Creeps are pushed up pretty high though. Look at Ramses. Ramses having the time of his life down here. 47 CS, 11 denials as well. And no one's been bothering him. This Necrophos can just do whatever he wants.
I mean, the pulse spam has just been clearing those boars out. That's kind of inflating the CS a little bit, but I mean, it's not that much, and he's still doing very well in this bottom lane. Crystallize getting bullied a lot in his top lane. It's just so hard to bully a Necro because he just heals up. He gets one last hit. We saw when he was dying, he was still getting those denies going, so he was keeping his regen, his stacks up, and as soon as he gets ganked, he just pops one, pops Ghost Shroud, and it's a full cheese for him, basically.
Snako is just trying to run himself away. Pasha, this degen aura with the heal bomb does so much damage. Has picked himself up some raindrops. I think that's a really smart call. I love raindrops. I think they're one of the best new items that were introduced to Dota during.
Lil sees the Hawko Invis and is just trying to kill it with Enchant or Aftershock, but can't get it quite off. And
well, he's got a little duckling following him around by the name of Roger here, and there's immediately going to be a follow-up. Skywrath Mage coming forward. We'll be able to get the silence off. He can't get the fissure out as well, and they'll be able to get a kill over onto Lil, giving that over to Snako.
Dendy is sick of getting bullied. Very
I mean, can you blame him? Everyone's in his lane. It's a party. It's a party of murder. And of course, he's up against a Venomancer, which is quite possibly one of the worst heroes to have to go up against right now in the mid lane. I know you're particularly triggered by it. Plus the fact that he's spamming bananas. I mean, we talked about that too.
Yep, there's another one, just as you say it. I mean, really all they have to do is just hold these lanes. These lanes are going to go VP's way. Like, it's just, they have such strong laning heroes. It's what the draft does. But as the game goes later and later, you know, Crystallize gets his levels, gets his damage. Track still hasn't come online. That's going to be a big timing. You know, we haven't seen a Primal Roar yet down bottom. General is going to go for the Necro Book, so that's going to be a lot of damage and mana drain in the early game. Once it, you know, as this hits the 15-20 minute mark, that's when we're really going to see Navi start coming online and putting a lot of pressure on VP. For now, let's just wait until that happens.
Got a Hood of Defiance complete over Necro, so he's already gotten super tanky here. He's working on a Radiance for his next item. He can definitely afford to do it. Meanwhile, over in mid though, Dendy in a lot of trouble. They're able to land the Gale. They land the Nova over onto him as well. Low gonna just TP himself out, but he can't. He's gonna get taken down by Dendy, and unfortunately can't get a denial off over onto him. He is gonna go down.
Yeah, and no one almost has his Veil completed. Needs a, you know, just a little bit more gold. Once this wave is cleared up, he'll have himself his Veil, and then the damage is really going to ramp up. And there it is, already completed, and still no Chronosphere from Crystallize. He's still just farming away, trying to get that Mask of Madness online. Seneco's still without level 6, so they don't have damage to pump into it.
It looks like Pasha's going to be working on that Blink deck too, so you can run, but you can't hide. Pasha will eventually catch up to you, and he's going to be able to slow you down quite a bit. On top of that, Roger is going to be able to go ahead, cut this wave over here. Does run into Lil. They're able to land the Enchant Totem. There's the duck coming out, though. But there's no one really... Yeah, they'll be able to grab the Fissure, try to block him in over here. The Gale comes in. That's a dead Roger.
Poor
Spidey sense is tingling over there for the Earthshaker.
Poor Roger.
More bananas.
He's trying to find impact anywhere he can, but...
There's the Chronosphere in the top lane. They do have the Repel over here. Oh, go ahead, though. Use the Frost Blast to bounce around, get a couple hits over here. It looks like Seneco gonna just try to run himself out. They don't have anything to cancel it out, although that Heal Bomb was very, very potent. And now Dendy, oh no, Dendy, he is in a bad situation here. Pasha will run for it. They'll be able to give this kill over to Ramses using that Scythe, and now the chase is on after Crystallize. While all this is going on, though, we do see General. He's pushing up towards this tower. And we do have the TP coming out here from Solo. He's spotted in the trees. He immediately just gets murdered. Shout gets used coming out from Beastmaster. And they cancel out the TP. There is Crystallize nearby. Should be able to take this tower, no problem. So they're focusing their own attentions up to the top lane.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures.
Port comes out. Let's see, one more hit.
Tower is under attack.
And Radiant tier 1. Toast.
The bottom tower has fallen.
Oh, the Assassinate comes out over into mid. Seneco is able to get that final kill there. Alright, so unfortunately it looks like Forge's power went out. He's trying to reconnect, so you have to put up with me now, alone, as I discuss things. But we do get the track out over onto No One here, so that's going to be a good way to keep tabs. Also, hopefully they can perform a gank, get a little extra money for this in particular. But right now, looking at the net worth, Ramses, of course, being left alone basically in the bot lane to basically do whatever he wants without any real threat of ganks, is sitting at the top of the net worth, about 6k. We've got 5.7 over on No One, and General actually the next closest here, 4.8, with the Void trailing at 4.5. So definitely we've got that Necro Book online, and looks like a little bit of pincering action coming down here. They'll actually go ahead, they'll use the Tunk and the Frost Test. They don't let Crystallize get out, and they'll actually be able to take out the Void. Rams using that Reaper Scythe and getting even bigger and bigger here in terms of net worth. They do manage to get the Courier, though. I'm not sure when that occurred. Skyrath doing his best to try to push people off of this tower, but unfortunately can't do too much by himself. Over in mid again, it looks like Dendy got hit with literally all of the toxin that no one can pump out here. We'll have to go ahead and TP himself out.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's
Bottom tower goes while this is going on. And looks like top tower is getting a lot of love as well coming out here from Navi. They're trying to put some pressure onto it. The TP does come out though. Looks like Ramsey's going to make his way up top, try to push these creeps off. And just remind General, yes, this is my tower. Please go away now. Necro's still in the lead, 7k. And oh, looks like Roger was looking for that Courier again. We'll run over into Lil. Doesn't have any backup though right now. I don't think he wants to do anything. The Courier though, going over to this Secret shop. This could be big for Roger if he can grab it. It's actually the Rod of Athos for the Necrophos. Never mind. That would be a great catch if he could get it, since it just came back up again. Roger's waiting very patiently. Can he get this? One more hit. He gets the courier. No items this time on it, but again, that's another period of time where the Radiant will not be able to get things delivered. No one just happy to sit here in this lane with the sniper, you know, trying his best to farm up as well, but Dendy's had to TP out just so many times now because there's just too much poison being thrown at him. Wards get placed over here onto the tower, and you see some movement coming out here. Ramses is hot on his tail, though. Doesn't know that he's there, obviously, but they're keeping tabs on each other, so to speak. And they'll just turn around. They're going to focus it over onto this tier 1, while it looks like Crystallize trying his best here to get some more CS. Will put some pressure on the tier 2 bot in the meanwhile. And during all of this, General actually getting himself a nice kill over onto Lil. Void coming forward, gets the Chronosphere off. He's got his eyes over onto Ramsey here. They also were able to go ahead, throw out that track, and it looks like, unfortunately, Crystallize not going to work out for him. They are turning around, though. They're able to get a kill over onto Snake. Pasha, actually, the one to cover that. So we've got 2 tracks over here, but unfortunately, no track kills. 3 tracks. Oh my goodness. That's not what Navi want right now.
This will come in handy.
Meanwhile, this is all going down. Dendy goes down to the bot lane, realizes, you know, alright, I just need to do some split pushing here, I guess. We don't have the Chronos here. And I don't really want to deal with all of those heroes by myself, so... making the best out of that situation, while the rest of the team goes ahead and they mow down the tier 2 in the middle lane.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's like Roger has been doing some scouting around in the jungle, does run into basically all the Radiant team. Needs to be really careful. Our General's in a lot of trouble. The Athos comes out, the Assassinate comes out as well to take that. No, and they will be able to take him down. Looks like General will get taken down as well, but Snake will also get himself a kill over onto Lil. And now Ramses, oh, that slow coming out is not fun for him at all. Coming out too does slow him down a little bit. I don't know if they're going to be able to quite get him, though. He's so very sticky, of course, with that hood. He's got the Athos as well. Looks like they're going to back off and be content with getting that kill over onto No One and Lil.
Coin for me.
Wait 1 sec, guys. I'm going to see if my co-caster is still alive.
Tis mine.
All right, Forge, are you still here? All right.
Attained.
Perfect. All right. They've had to deal with me talking this entire time, and I'm sure they missed you the entire time as well. Looks like going forward, though, we saw a couple of those Chronospheres coming out here. Crystallize, unfortunately, just hasn't been having a whole heck of a lot of luck with this. He's gotten some nice Chronos, but unfortunately, I believe he's died almost every time he's done this. And the outcome has been way more in favor of the Radiant during them as well. Taunt's coming out here from Seneko, though, on the top lane. No one's found him, though, and he realizes, I just got to get out. Lots of damage coming out, but still not going to be able to take him down. Very, very close, though, with that ticking. That was no joke, guys.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
And we do see right now a lot of mirroring action coming out. General's actually hanging out down here in the Radiant jungle. Dendy also was just doing some casual farming, but it looks like he doesn't actually want to commit to this. And we do see all the Plague Wards up here in the top lane that no one's just pushing out. Sentry Ward gets placed down. They know that Roger's there. Yeah, there's the Frost Blast coming out. They'll be able to land a Fissure on top of that. There's going to be a nice heal bomb coming out, and the Enchant Totem with Lil will be able to clean up. So they got wise to Roger just hanging out in that area, and they decide, yeah, that's not going to be anything ever again. Top lane, though, they do manage to grab No One over here. The Silence coming out. He's still going to be able to get that ultimate off. Gets the kill as well. He does have a Full pipe, actually. No one's actually going to be able to walk away from this and get kills. Seneco's going to get taken down. He turns back around. He taunts over at the Void. Crystallize says, oh man, no, I do not want this. He doesn't have a TP, though. He's going to get a double kill. That is not what they were expecting, chronoing a solo little Venomancer there. He just murdered 2 of their best people, and he goes over into the mid lane, starts chasing around General. General so slowed down. There's the Atos coming out from Ramses. The Chain Frost gets thrown out as well, and he's just obliterated.
Illusion.
Yes.
Look at Dendy. He's just like, no one places one of these wards over on the side, and he immediately just TPs out. He's like, I do not want anything to do with this Hydralisk. And I think that's a smart call, considering no one just got a solo double kill. Well, I mean, that's sort of Ramsey's deal, right? He's just so good at farming, and especially if you give him an entire lane, basically, where he's uncontested because, you know, again, Beastmaster doesn't want to feed his boars. They spot Roger out over here as well. They still have that sentry ward, so he's got to be very, very careful. But looks like the rest of the team, they're grouping up. We've definitely got 3 of the Radiant heroes down here in the bot lane. They're looking maybe to go for the tier 2. And I'm not sure if they're just going to try to maybe go for a trade. We do see that Crystallize and Senego making their way over to the tier 1 in mid. And of course, Dendy was in the top lane. Looks like they've got their eyes, though, here on this bottom tier 2.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's courier has been slain. Dire structures are
well, no, don't say that. Please don't say that. But oh, anyways, over in the Roche, they know that all 5 of the Radiant heroes are over trying to take that tower. They're going to go for Roche and try to make the best out of this. Looks like we see the TP coming out here from Senego. We'll go back. Should be able to get this Roche, no problem though. No one's contested. But during this, we get a lot of damage being put on this tier 3 here bot. Crystallize will be able to get himself the Aegis. And we see a lot of the heroes TPing back now, trying to put some damage over onto no one. They pop the pipe as well onto the creep wave, so they're even more difficult to take down here. Dundee's standing as far back here. Doesn't want to get up close and personal, obviously, with Ramses, but like, look at them. They don't have an Aegis. They're able to just grab that tower. That's going to be shrines opened up for Virtus Pro. Oh man, the Atos comes out. And they're able to get that giant Poison Nova off. Dendy's gonna have to run himself over to the shrine. Mystic Flare comes out, but the repel's over up and running on Ramses. And they're actually able to pop the Aegis on Crystallize. Oh man, that's not what Navi wanted. That's not how they wanted to use that at all. And look at them, they just, VP, not afraid. They're just gonna keep going ahead. I thought they were gonna back off after they got the tower so they could get shrines, but realize there's not too much that they can do right now. They're just so incredibly strong. They've got a Necro. They've got a Venomancer over here. Pipe's going to be up in a second again, too, so they can just pop that if they feel threatened.
Dire's bottom barracks have fallen.
Tis mine.
I mean, that was the problem earlier, too, is that you see Crystallize and you get these really nice Chronos. You catch a couple people in them, and they've been incredibly difficult to try to grab just because of the fact that, you know, Virtus Pro, they're playing really smart. They, like, realize that they don't want to be caught in a Chronosphere and have everybody bunched together. But the problem is they're just too tanky. They've got too much sustain. I mean, you've got a full pipe over on the Venomancer. Obviously, you know, Omni Knight, he's got Greaves. He's going to be able to throw out heals, repels, all of that stuff. You've got a lot of ways to cancel. You know, we talk about, what was it the other day? We were casting King R plays an amazing Earthshaker because he's just so good at his positioning. Every time that the Chronosphere would go up, he would just make sure that he was positioned outside of it and just interrupt the void, throw in that fissure. And obviously, you know, Lil, top tier, you know, player here. Same thing going on, but this is a very rich net for hosts. And I don't know how they deal with this. They've got, you know, he's, again, tanky. Hooded Defiance on himself. He's got the Rod of Atos. He's got a Radiance. How do you deal with this Forge?
Bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Hype, yeah. Look at the rest of they're just hiding out over into the corner. We do see the pincering action though coming in. They wanted to try to jump, but there's a dunk coming forward. They do spot out Saneko here. He's in a world of trouble. It's actually just obliterated. Looks like Beastmaster just changed his mind and says, yeah, no, I don't want to walk into that. Grabs himself a haster and is going to make his way back to the base. And I mean, they're going high ground against Sniper, which isn't easy. You're doing an okay job of it right now with that pipe, with all the heal, the sustain coming out here. It's pretty gross. Oh, the force forward. They spot Dendi over onto the side. They throw out the Atos. They get the kill off. There's going to be a nice Chronosphere coming out from Crystallize, but what's he going to do here? There's a Fissure coming out. They get the kill over onto Sniper. Looks like Crystallize now. He's going to get scythed on top of that. The buyback comes out from Sniper. They're not ready to give up just quite yet. Roger, you know, he's doing the best he can. He throws out a couple tracks, but there's not much that he can do. Dendi's sitting so far back here, just trying to do whatever he can to push them off, but there's not much that this little Sniper can do. We do see, though, Beastmaster coming around the other side here. Comes forward. He immediately gets fissured over here. Turning back around, and Toadie's just being stun locked. The Atos comes out, gets the yell off, but he's gone. And first game of the series, Virtus Pro. Ramses drops all of his items onto the ground because, you know, reasons.
Above the water, cold breath, I cannot stand up, too much weight on my shoulders. Messed up, I wanna stay together, but I need someone who's holding. And oh, I have someone who's holding when you call it. Like magic, you're lifting off the shade from my mood. I'm keeping it together for you. Feels like I'm just dancing on the border. Tether, without you I would be lost around the corners. Steady, but only as long as I get you there to hold me. And I got you there to hold me. Never stop calling like magic. You're lifting off the shade from my mood. I'm keeping it together for you.
getting out of this one.
You can call me stupid, yes, you can call me sheep. You can say I'm lazy, you can say I'm weak. You think that using her would get to me, and if you're right then you're in trouble, D. 'Cause I won't break, no I know I won't wait. You're in trouble, D. But when it comes to her, you better keep it sealed. Don't you dare say a single word, or I will strike you where it feels. You think that using her would get to me, and if you're right then you're in trouble, D. 'Cause I won't break, no I know I won't wait. You're in trouble, D.
don't you look at that? I said, my friend, what you looking at? I think she is something for me. Excuse me, miss, it's my first time here. Maybe you can show me out of here. I think she got something indeed. So please forgive my rudeness if I'm tripping over your time. But you look so amazing, and we can be so much more than who we are. So much more than who we are. We can.
Radiant team, ban. Dire team, ban. Radiant team, ban. Dire team, pick. Radiant team, pick.
Night.
Radiant dire team, pick.
Lich.
Enchantress.
Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team, ban.
Disruptor.
Dire team, ban. Radiant team, ban. Dire team, ban. Radiant team, pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team, pick. Radiant team, pick.
Weaver.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. team blitz.
Man stands ready.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team bad.
10,
'Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Radiant team pick.
Lena.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Choose your hero. Prepare for battle.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
"30 seconds to battle. The battle begins.
This sustains, gold remains.
My friend reward.
Alms for the dead.
My thrift reward.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
Arcane power.
Alms for the dead.
My thrift reward.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
Arcane power.
Alms for the dead.
My thrift reward.
Thunder healed.
First blood! First blood! A gift from the tempest of battle.
Arcane power.
Arms for the dead.
First blood!
A gift from the tempest of battle.
Arcane power. Go for my test. Repent.
Arms for the dead. A gift from the tempest of battle.
Arcane power. Go for my test.
Radiant structures are fortified.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
Arcane power. Go for my test.
Not for you.
Radiant structures are fortified.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
Arcane power. Go for my test.
Nature tenderness.
Radiant structures are fortified.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
Arcane power. Go for my test.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Nature tenderness.
Radiant structures are fortified.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
Arcane power. Go for my test.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Nature tenderness.
Radiant structures are fortified. Middle tower is
A gift from the tempest of battle.
Arcane power.
Nature tenderness.
Radiant structures are fortified. Middle tower
Not so fast.
Wait up. Don't.
We were different as day and livestock. No more. A gift
My
from the
thrift
tempest of
reward.
battle.
Money to burn.
Arms for the dead.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Penance.
Regeneration.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Clear as clean water.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Gotcha!
Final night.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Come on, sprites!
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Unorthodox.
Not well enough.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Bounty.
Hand of God.
Haste! Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Mine.
Dire's courier has been slain.
My thrift rewarded.
better next time.
Better to burn out than fade away.
That's exact. Haste!
Money to burn.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Invisibility!
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Immortality.
To the Dire.
Healed.
A healing penance.
My evil grapes.
Is the creed. The God taketh whom he loveth best.
You did
This is making no plans. Killing spree. Double kill.
You should have stood and fought like a man, even if you're not one.
Gold for my chest.
My thrift rewarded.
Yes, X marks the spot. Bounty!
golden thread.
They'll never see this coming. Arms for the dead.
Where are you going?
Back to four.
Killing spree. What is this?
Oh, bounty!
Money to burn.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Mega kill! Ownage!
Invisibility. Gold for my chest.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
for fail.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
My thrift rewarded.
Haste!
Gotcha!
Mine!
Nature attend us!
Repent.
Stop age!
There's no shame in it.
Damn it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Double damage!
Don't run off.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Sacrilege!
I've cast you into hell, Ted. Count it not.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Come on, sprites! Where are you going?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Died.
Punished for your sins.
Killing spree.
stains, gold remains.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant's middle barracks have fallen.
Haste!
A golden thread.
I'll take that.
Double damage.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
My sprites are with us.
Double kill!
Spread my wings.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Saying, hey, girl, will you marry me? 2 kids in a house and live happily. I think we are so meant to be. But she says, wait, you forgot something. Every good thing comes to an end. At least it always happened to me. I'm telling you this now. You don't need to worry, 'cause I got this all down. And we get on together. And we pick you up when you're heading down. When it all just sucks, I'll be your Charlie Brown. You can make me laugh when I wanna cry. In a world of men, we're on an all-time high. You and I till the end, don't need to pretend again and again. We'll stick together, everything is alright with you by my side. We won't say goodbye, we'll stick together. And it wouldn't be the same without you. We did so many stupid things together. You're the only thing I'm holding on to. Anywhere and anything, we'll stick together. Along the freeways, there's a long winding road. We're here to protest, and then you had a contest, and there's no return. You can erase and rewind, and the size of your pocket will not do it, so fuck it. And we will stay until you get it. We don't want your money, we don't want your fame. You might think we're lonely, 'cause we don't play a game. But we don't want your fancy, crazy, stupid, lazy weekdays in the sun. We will build our own schools, but we live by our own rules. One body and soul.
Baron. Ten seconds remaining.
All right, guys, welcome back. This is ESL One Hamburg 2017. This is a best-of-3 series between Virtus.pro versus Natus Vincere, also known as Navi. And we've got a tie right now. We've got a 1-to-1 going on, and I'm really excited to see who's going to be the ones to advance into the grand finals here. But we're back. We're back with the proper amount of delay. We're in the lobby this time. Apologies about before. Sometimes, apparently, the Twitch slider for delay breaks, I've been told. And not something that was able to be fixed on our end, unfortunately, but we're here and ready to cast some Dota. I'm Moxie Cass, I'm here with Forge Dota, and let's see what happens here, Forge.
I mean, no matter what happens, it's going to be a great game. This is game 3 of a deciding series to decide who goes to the finals of the first major of the series. We're going to open right up with a Clockwork. Could be either the Roger or the General Clockwork. Already we're going to get some hype stuff. Moxie, I'm excited.
I'm very excited. I mean, this is something that they've been playing a lot over on the side of Navi. They've also made sure, you know, these two bans have been pretty standard coming out from them. They let the Venomancer slide in game number 1, and they immediately regretted it because no one just, besides, you know, dominating nonstop, just spamming out the Banana Dancer taunt on top of it, I'm sure was very annoying for the side of Navi. But yeah, we see that ban. We see a ban coming out on the Ancient Apparition and the Night Stalker. Those have been a similar ban, I think, that Virtus.pro has done earlier.
They do let the IO through, though. They let the IO through, which is what they've been banning out.
Are we going to see some Roger IO?
It's definitely possible. I mean, General plays an amazing Clockwork, so right now they've kind of left their draft open, but I think they're trying to see what VP does, because anytime you let a hero through that you've been banning out the whole series, you have to have a plan ready to go. If you're saying we're switching from the IO to the Night Stalker, you have to understand why. And their answer is going to be the Disruptor, which is already kind of a good hero against the IO, because if you relocate in, you just glimpse back and everybody's fine.
Man, I'm actually pretty excited. We've got the Witch Doctor pickup here on Navi, and I feel like, let me look back at my notes. Did we run that before?
Ban. Radiant team, ban.
I feel like that was something that I saw in my notes, but, you know, that's also going to discourage, you know, obviously really good counter to Enchantress. You don't want to keep those creeps hanging around the entire time because you're just going to end up getting hit in the head with the cask over and over and over. So it's a good pickup here from the V. There will not be an I, although they do ban it out, and they're going to ban out the Broodmother and the Drow Ranger. They don't want to get cheesed out of this final game.
Yeah, completely reasonable ban from both teams. No Broodmother, no Drow, no cheese. And on the side of VP, if Navi doesn't pick it up in the first two, you definitely don't want to give them any chance of grabbing that IO. Curious that they banned the Lina from game 2, because I mean, I don't feel like it was necessarily the Lina pick. I just feel like they dealt with the Sven very effectively, but VP disagreed. They don't want to have to deal with the burst damage that was coming out.
Well, I mean, the other thing you have to keep in mind too is think about the amount of resources that they dedicated to making sure that, you know, they tried to keep Dendi down. There were a lot of people following him around almost at every move, and they still ended up taking the game. So even though, you know, maybe it was an issue of, you know, kiting the Sven, it was definitely a lot of resources being, you know, placed over onto making sure that Dendi's Lina did not get out of hand. And on top of that too, he did get a double kill on no one over in mid on that Viper, like in the span of like a minute. Yeah, so I'm wondering if just no one was like, you know what, I really would not love to see that hero being played against me in the mid lane. So if we could take that out, that'd be great. Thanks, Rams.
Yeah, no, that's completely reasonable. It was also pretty good against the Posh Enchantress as well. Some nice burst magical damage to just pierce through the untouchable slow. But we're gonna see VP take a page out of Navi's book. They're gonna grab up the Weaver for themselves. And I mean, I don't know.
Scary, just because, you know, Weaver likes to build the Lincolns. Obviously, you've got the lasso, which you're gonna have to make sure that you pop that Lincoln's on him beforehand, and you've got the targeted spell coming out from the Witch Doctor as well with the cask. I mean, he's also good for like weaving in and out of like different areas that will force supports to make sure that they're carrying dust.
I mean, we still got the Roger clockwork though. Like Cogs is very good against Weaver because all you need to do is really bring dust, and until the Force Staffs come online from the supports, unless Weaver decides he wants to get his own Force Staff, he doesn't have a great way to get out of Cogs other than like time lapse if he's moved around a lot recently. So definitely going to be a bit of a scary game for Weaver, but that being said, they don't have a lot of single target ways to pop the Lincolns just yet, so could be scary.
Definitely. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of Force Staffs picked up, though. Disruptor, of course, always generally will pick one up. Enchantress will go for the Hurricane Pike, so there'll be ways to move that Weaver out of the cogs just in case that happens, but they're going to have to be careful with their positioning, especially being careful not to group up too hard with a Witch Doctor pickup.
That's going to be the big thing, is that cask bouncing around. Maledict also going to be very good against the Weaver because it stays through time lapse. So if you're able to land the Maledict and force the time lapse out very early in Maledict's duration, you can still get a lot of damage going on. And there's going to be the other counter. So it's a nice, reliable way to pop the Lincolns with the Blood Rage, as well as obviously once you get low enough, you get that Thirst Vision. You can keep track of the Weaver, and with enough speed, you can even outrun him if enough people are low.
Yeah, I've definitely been seeing a lot of Bloodseeker being picked up in the current meta here. Usually used for like doing a lot of buffs. I think one of the games, was it the... I want to say it was the M19 game where we had the... Did they pick up the Bloodseeker in that one? I know they had some sort of... Yeah, they had a... No, it was actually the Pugna and the Bat combined there that made quite the disgusting combo with being able to decrepify, grab the lasso, and all that fun stuff. But usually, you know, we've been seeing him picked up for that buff on top of, you know, just being really solid. I know the Dire have been running that quite a bit as well over in NA.
Dire team pick.
Just all of the buffs to Blood Rage, as well as the talent tree really was a nice addition for Bloodseeker. And like you said, also just a good buffing hero. We'll see what they pick up for Lina, probably something that will benefit from that Blood Rage. Something like the Zeus might be too bad. Dendy's been playing a fair bit of that lately. It's good. Vision against the Weaver. Not more Magic Burst for the Enchantress. Would not be surprised to see the Zeus come.
A lot of sense, like you stated, you know, giving the vision for the Weaver, being able to burst down Enchantress early on is definitely important. The only thing I guess I'd be a little worried about is just the laning phase, getting ganked by having that Earth Spirit roll through and putting a lot of pressure, because we've seen, as before, in games 1 and 2, we saw them definitely making Dendy one of their top priorities to make sure they disrupt his farm and that he just doesn't have an easy lane.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of... Yeah, and there is going to be the Zeus coming out for Dendy. The roam potential is scary from the Earth Spirit, but I mean, that's where you just keep Clockwork in the middle lane, rotating around, protecting against that Earth Spirit with those cogs. Battery Assault does a lot of damage in the early game. And also the mini stun, very nice for chasing down any potential roam. So the lane is going to be scary, but that's nothing new for Dendy, and I'm sure they will make adjustments as they need to.
True enough, true enough. All right, so we're just waiting on the last pick here for no one. What do they want to send up against this Zeus? What would you send up if you were doing this draft, Forge? Well, yes. But if you had to guess, if you had to make an intelligent guess here on what VP is going to give no one here for the mid lane, what do you think would work best in terms of synergy, in terms of pushing towers, and team fight?
Because they don't have super great ways. Actually, no, the Sniper's bad. They have got the Bat Rider, they've got the Clockwork. EK, it's something tanky, hard to pressure out of lane.
You go with an Alchemist.
So another hero that's, you know, it's easier to force out a lane in the early game, but scaling into the late game with that Alchemist is going to be very scary. And Navi did struggle to deal with G's Alchemist against Vega yesterday, so VP may be thinking, you know, they didn't have a great way to deal with it then. They don't seem to have a great way to deal with it now. And the pressure is certainly on Navi right now to end the game very quickly.
All right. Well, what are you feeling right now looking at this draft? Who do you feel has the better edge here?
I'm going to give the edge to VP. That Alchemist last pick puts a very large timer on Navi. Scaling into the late game is going to be very difficult for Navi compared to the Alchemist draft. There's a lot of good ags on this draft. All of them actually have very good ags. So if this gets in an ultra late game scenario, the edge, it's going to be on Navi. Pressure.
All right. Well, like we said before, with any Alchemist pickup, like you said, it's definitely a ticking time bomb. You can kind of slow him down. Usually you can, you know, buy yourself some more space, but eventually Alchemist is going to get what he needs and he's going to become a huge problem. So looks like we do have a pause. I'm not sure if there's any sort of connection issues coming out here from the side of either of these teams, but we're here. We're in game number 3, and this is going to be super hype. The winner of this advances into the grand finals, which are tomorrow. A lot of stuff on the line here. This is our first major. Pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, first major of the season, and 2 big titans of the region going up against each other. And we got a best of 3. We got a full game 3 coming out too. So a lot on the line for both of these teams. I know they've probably played more Dota in the last couple of weeks than they maybe expected, but a lot of qualifiers to play, and I'm just happy to be here watching what the results are.
I mean, I'd expect nothing less from, you know, 2 major titans of the Dota scene, VP and Navi here, that we would get the full 3 games. So this is very, very, very exciting, being able to follow them through this major's qualifier. And let's see what ends up happening here.
That was really close for Lil on the Earth Spirit there. Almost gets his ward spotted out, but just barely walks around the Witch Doctor that he doesn't even know is there. And both of the supports getting very nice wards, going to give very good vision to the high ground for their mid laners.
I like how Solo's just kind of hanging out in the trees here. Just like, all right, we're good here. We'll just wait here for the game to begin.
I think, If I'm not crazy, I think they're sending Dendi top lane, and they're gonna put Crystallize mid against the Alchemist. Try and give him a bit of an easier lane.
No, that definitely could be the case. I mean, you see Dendi over here at the top, so...
Yeah, that's what's happening. They're trying to match the Zeus up against the Enchantress, or the Magic Burst potential, and they're trying to put Crystallize up against the Alchemist. Ooh, got bottom. They get the runes.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a fight going on over here. Looks like they're able to grab that rune away from the Radiant. I think they used the cogs. Roger threw those out as well, so... Nice start off down here for him. And already we're seeing the Earth Spirit standing nearby. Lil going to be able to do a little bit of babysitting to get no one started and feeling real comfortable. But yeah, we do see Crystallize here in the mid lane. Dark Courier has already been taken down because of the sniping coming out here from our Disruptor. And already Crystallize is like, oh man, having to deal with multiple people here in this mid lane.
Yeah, this is the meta.
Now 3 people. Solo's going to get on this action too.
This is the meta for... The meta for like 1v1 mids is pretty much dead. It's 2 or 3 people in your lane at all times. But we are going to see Lil rotate up to the top lane instead.
Roger's so patient. He wants this courier. Oh no!
He's going to get it?
Yeah, he's going to get it.
Oh, that's the boots.
Boots are gone. A little bit of a taunt coming out here. Oh, that's right. That's the default taunt. Lil, they're going to get a kill on Dendi up here. Yeah, Pasha going to be able to get the first blood.
Yeah, that
nice rotation and more movement coming out here over in mid. Roger coming forward. He's looking over here at Solo. We'll be able to use the cogs, burn a bunch of mana off.
Yeah,
doesn't have any clarities too, so he's got to actually go back and see the taunts coming out from no one. No one loves his taunts.
Yeah, they seem to pick them like heroes that have the taunts. You saw the Venomancer, never seen the Alchemist dance around.
I mean, the Venomancer is just a dirty hero right now. They go and they jump over onto Dendi yet again. They don't quite connect though with that roll. And Roger has made his way up to the top lane here. We'll be able to provide some support. Lil maybe in a little bit of trouble here. Tries to juke himself up away into the tree. Nico finds him though.
This is so worth it for VP.
It's making so much space.
Even if they lose Lil here, they're happy. Dendi's going to abandon. He's missing a lot of CS right now.
Yeah.
Pasha's getting a huge level advantage. Dendi's still level 2. Oh, only just now hitting level 2.
Well, he had that kill early on. Pasha was able to get the kill. I mean, Lil's just... He's accepted his fate here, and it looks like Seneko will be able to get that kill, but, you know, again, worth it, definitely. Space created, making more space for Pasha to just go ahead and really harass Dendi. Yeah, that heal coming out. Those sprites just do so much healing early on.
And all of this is giving space for the Alchemist, which is the big one. Crystallize, he's trying to heal up through the Blood Rage, but he also doesn't want to stay in any Acid Spray. And it's just burning him down so quickly. Alchemist able to get as much farm as he wants. There's a haste rune on Roger, so we might see a rotation.
I think he's looking over at Earth Spirit. I don't know if he's going to try to do anything here, though, but he's zooming around here. Speedy little robot. How's bottom lane going here? General just keeps spamming out those sticky napalm stacks, but yeah, Ramsey's having a little bit of a difficult time here. About even though with the Bat Rider. 10 and 2 on Ramsey's, 11 on General. More movement though going up top. They're really trying to protect Denzi here. He's having kind of a tough lane. He's got double mangoes going on right now too.
I mean, he has to. This is such a weird lane for a Zeus to be in. This top lane, normally you want Zeus access to both of the runes as well as the bounty runes that spawn off to the side so that you can get that bottle, keep it full, but
look at Pasha. Pasha just walks right through. Unfortunately falls right into their plan though. Is going to get cogged up here and there's a lot of damage coming out. Goes ahead, she pops the wand over here. This heal coming out from sprites, level 1 is, oh, it's level 2 actually, just so good. She actually turns herself back around. She considers going back in on this.
I mean, it's 60 HP per second. They just don't have the damage to deal with that.
Not yet, anyways. The mid lane right now, no one's still ahead just by a little bit. Pretty evenly matched up though, and 22 and 4 on him for CS, 21 and 8 on Bloodseeker.
Unfortunately for Navi, being a little bit or about even with an Alchemist means that you're a fair chunk behind.
What was it, the patch of Lifestealer nonstop, where you either had to be exactly even with him or very... No, you couldn't even be exactly even with if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
You had to just...
You had to be one item ahead at all times.
Yeah, because he was just too strong. Don't miss those days.
I mean, here I was thinking
Roger.
the days of Alchemist are gone, but Roger's at least sapping some XP, getting his levels.
Roger, where's your taunt?
Yeah, he's not spamming it just yet, Moxie. Treads
I'm
do
so
come
used
out
to him just
for
non-stop training.
Crystallize, but I mean, the damage is just there for me.
I mean, he's a weaver. This is kind of what happens early on, but we do see some more pincering action coming around the corner. Lil and Roger will give each other the goo-goo eyes as they move around. Snako also coming in, though. There's the Rupture up and running over here onto No One. They're going to make sure that he can't TP out. We'll get a couple nice bounces off us. They bounce off of Lil onto No One, but they will move themselves back. Gank is not completely...
It's just dancing. He doesn't even
Yeah,
care.
I mean, he knows that they can't go anywhere near him. Like, Crystallize took a lot of damage from the acid spray on top of everything else that was being thrown in, so... You know, they're trying to slow down No One, but...
Yeah.
No One's doing a great job here. He's not too concerned. Yeah, top lane, Dendy's going to have to TP himself out because he just can't deal with Pasha. Pasha just not enough damage quite yet. It's going to start to get really scary when Pasha hits level 6 and has Impetus.
And
Bottom lane, though, they do get a kill over onto the Batrider as well.
When he went for the TP out, it was not successful. They really need to find a way to kill this Alchemist. He's almost about to level 6. Once he hits that, I don't think they have the damage to kill him. And I don't know when that damage is going to come online for them.
Got the babysitting coming out here from Solo, too. Solo actually going to run face first over into Roger. Snako coming in as well. Couple bounces coming off here. Looks like it's still going to be a dead Solo, but No One, he's coming in here hot, and he's going to try to help him out. Looks like Roger, again, he's very, very tanky. No One's going to be held in place here. Can't really run because of the Rupture. We'll just kind of hang out, stand in place, and during all this, Dendy dies again to Pasha, and we've got the level 6 on our Enchantress, so I'm wondering if that was just all that Impetus damage.
It wouldn't be too surprising at all, but it actually does. You know, looking at the fight recap, doesn't look like there was any impetus used. It's just phase boots and a couple of rolling boulders from the Earth Spirit.
Poor Dendy. He's not having a good time in that lane, and they're dedicating so many resources to try to slow down No One, and it's not even really working.
I mean, last time, yesterday when Navi went up against the Alchemist, they had the Broodmother mid. They were able to, you know, put a lot of pressure on in the early game, and then even getting a couple of solo kills onto G. But this game, they just don't have that same solution. Bloodseeker, you know, he gets a lot of bonus damage from Thirst, but he doesn't have that burst damage. He wants really long, sustained, drawn-out fights, but that's exactly where an Alchemist thrives because you get so much regen from Chemical Rage. It was a really nice draft from VP to pick up that Alchemist at the last pick.
Yeah, and it's also interesting to note on top of that, we've been seeing Ramses actually being the one drafting in this last series here. I think he was drafting in the former one as well.
He does draft. Ramses is the drafter for VP. He does that all the time.
Here's the Bugs coming forward here. Dendy, he's just trying to find any sort of space here. Nuke comes up, but they'll still be able to take him down.
He's having a really, really rough time. They drafted him the Zeus, expecting, you know, probably a more traditional, or not traditional mid, but you know, somebody like maybe the Death Prophet or even the DK wouldn't have been too bad. But this Alchemist pick just forced Dendy out of lane, and he's not able to find his farm anywhere else.
I mean, this is pretty scary too. Like the amount of damage that Pasha's done here, just, you know, murdering Dendy over and over again. Has also been chipped down pretty far too, so they're going to be losing some of the control of their jungle over here on the side of the Dire. And there's just so much space again for No One, who's I believe he's completed his armlet now.
Yeah, Crystallized. I think they know that they can't really do too much against Alchemist in the early game. They know they don't have the damage. So their only solution is try and wait out the late game. He's got the Midas queued up. I don't think it's the best solution, but I think it's the only one that's really available for Navi, is just try and not necessarily outscale, but outplay VP in the late game.
They gotta be careful too making these stacks. It looks like, you know, they're able to take down the Enchantress creep that's kind of keeping an eye over here. But, you know, if they make too many stacks, there is a very happy No One who would love to take part in those. So definitely going to be keeping an eye on that and making sure that they don't let him take those. While this is all going on, Ramsey's down here in the bot lane. He's finished up his Aquila and looking to go towards that Diffusal Blade. Pretty standard stuff here. Nothing too wild. And it's... Poor Dendy is just trying his best here. He does have his level 6 now. But this is not really how he envisioned this going.
Yeah, he's really far down there on the net worth chart. And Pasha is actually in 3rd overall right now, even ahead of his own safe lane Weaver. 4k net worth on him. And closing in on Crystallize on that mid lane Bloodseeker, who's making even more stacks than that jungle. Looks like he's going to try and farm that up with the blood right there. Or maybe leaving them for Dendy to try and catch up. But either way, like you said, if no one spots these out, he'd be more than happy to take those and help rush his Radiance along.
Absolutely. They spot Roger just running around in their woods. They know that he's standing nearby. He's trying to get any information over here. Will dodge himself around, though. Doesn't want to go up against the Earthshaker. Or sorry, not the Earthshaker, the Spirit over here. And look, we're already seeing no one. He's moved on to the other half of the map and just starting to take a lot of control here and farm up.
He's taking one of those stacks, too. I think triple stack.
Silence gets thrown out. Roger in a little bit of trouble here. Looks like he's going to get taken down, and that's going to be a nice kill going on to solo.
Midas completed for Crystallize, so the prep for the game begins. Navi trying to recover farm as fast as they can.
Glimpse coming back though over here onto Crystallize. Uses the Static Storm, all silenced up. Roger trying to come forward, uses the cogs, but unfortunately can't save him. They does burn quite a bit of the mana though coming out, but they'll just be happy to farm up those cogs in the meanwhile. And we see Crystallize drop even further here. 7k net worth on the Alchemist, 4.6 over onto the Enchantress, and then Crystallize on 4.3. He is ahead of the Weaver though.
I mean,
that's a small consolation.
It's a start, right? Weaver is definitely a scary late game hero, so keeping ahead of him is always good, but he's got a Midas that's on cooldown, not doing him any favors. There's an Enchantress that's pushing in their top.
Yeah, Pasha is in a little bit of trouble here. We'll be able to go ahead, rupture her, followed up with a lot of the Firefly. They do have Lasso if they want to go use it. They pop the drums, they're not going to need it. Right at Juke, look at the Serpent in action, and then they grab themselves a little, drag him back here through all of this Firefly. We'll be able to get the stun off though, over onto Crystallize. They'll still be able to clean up though, and that's 2 kills on Crystallize, which he sorely needs.
Yeah, that was really, really good play from General, and Crystallize holding onto the Lasso, realizing they don't really need it against the Enchantress. Either she runs and we just get to hit her, because normally, you know, she's got so much untouchable slow she just runs away, or, you know, she goes for a TP out and we Lasso.
We get the Death Ward getting used over here onto the side. We'll be able to glimpse back though. Now Solo is going to have to run himself out. Still taking a little bit of damage here. He's ticking very, very low. Pasha, he's going to be able to throw up the sprites, try to heal him up, and they're doing quite a number here. Looks like the kinetic field comes out. We'll push Roger and Seneko back. In fact, looked a little bit scary for a minute. There's no actual mana though left over onto Disruptor, and they'll be able to walk out of that.
Will he maybe spot Weaver in the top lane? No blink on bat yet though, so no chance for initiation. Even then, Lasso's still on cooldown for him. So Weaver gonna be just fine. Meanwhile, no one is just farming these massive, massive stacks.
He's gonna have this Radiance so soon.
They do spot him out.
Nice little flare. He doesn't seem to care though.
Immediately pops the Chemical Rage. Yeah, he's gonna have that after farming this stack. He's got 13.5 minute Radiance. That's
very
disgusting.
scary for the side on the V.
Yeah, he's actually ready to fight now. Like, Alchemist can farm a lot, but when you get such an early Radiance time in...
Ooh, they do have, oh, the cogs coming out will actually keep Roger into place, but they TP right on top of it. There's the roll coming in from Lil and Seneko. He tries to use that ultimate to take him down. There's the armlet toggle coming out from no one. That was very ambitious here. Yeah, they... does the dance over here because they went and they tried to gank on top of a shrine.
Crystallize is running in. Crystallize is running in.
He's trying real hard. Oh, there's the rupture. No one still just keeps taunting his way up to the high ground.
The toggles.
Toggling through it. Oh, man. Was a nice try. Nice try coming out from Crystallize. Unfortunately, just not going to work out for him. We'll try to take some of Alchemist's farm in the meanwhile, though.
I mean, if Bloodseeker was a little bit faster there, a little bit sooner, he could have actually caught him before he gets up to the high ground, but unfortunately he's not able to get the rupture.
That has blink. Yeah, there's the jump forward immediately. We'll be able to take out the Witch Doctor. They do get the kill though over onto or the Weaver rather. Oh my gosh. Jump forward. Spirits come out here from Pasha. They're going to keep running after them. They don't have that lasso. They just used it. Gonna try to burn him down. Also doing a lot of body blocking. Trying to keep Pasha back. That we'll be able to throw out a frame flake. Boom her back as well. And are they going to dive this tower? It doesn't look like they're going to. Solo now in position. He's looking to go ahead. Find a kinetic. Yeah. Glimpse comes back. That's a dead bat.
Really nice play there from Lil too. Like, he drops the boulder, kicks and silences in the same thing.
Oh, he grabs Roger too. Solo actually going to be able to roll in coming in from Lil. We'll be able to use the Magnetize still. Giving chase here for by a shrine. I'm not sure if they want to continue doing this. We'll try though. Anyways, Lil going to have to run himself back. He's just getting stunned up by that battery assault. Roger, he's going to get caught over here in the kinetic field.
Roger's
but Rupture gets used over on Solo. He's going to have to go and TP himself away. During all of this though, we lose Roger. We lose Solo. Two different fights going on.
And meanwhile, no one has decided to remove.
He's got his Radiance online. That's scary.
Where are you going?
Yeah, the slow coming out here from Posh. I will be able to go ahead, use the Impetus. Maybe let him... No, I was going to say, are they going to let Nellen get this kill? But Pasha will be able to close it up there.
I mean, he doesn't need it. He's got 12,000 net worth online. He's got Radiance. He's got bots. He's got the armlet. At this point, no one is just massive. He's got almost double the net worth of Bloodseeker, who's his closest opponent. Dendi still struggling down there in like 6th position. He's had such a tough game.
Ramses has got his diffusal blade online. It's going to be helpful as well. But yeah, Crystallize. He's got a double damage run right now, but he still doesn't have any items.
Nice scan coming out from the Dire there. They do spot the smoke rotation. Decide to go forward anyway, though.
Oh, big fight coming up over here on the tier 2 tower. Looks like Batrad trying to run himself out. Takes a lot of damage in the kinetic field. In comes Roger. Is able to cog 2 different heroes over here. Right into that blood right. Crystallize is going to be able to clean up nicely. And the rest of Virtus just going to walk themselves away. Not that Jaren just went anywhere near there, but...
That was a huge hook shot. Like, that was, I think, almost max range from Roger, but... does secure them 3 very nice kills.
And they all went over onto Crystallize, which was perfect. They definitely needed that for him.
Yeah. I would say the only other person that could maybe use it more is Dendi, but Dendi's gonna scale eventually. He'll get there, guys. It's Dendi. We all know him. We all love him.
Yeah, he's got the Veil up and running at the very least now, so that's gonna be a huge help to him. But more action going on here in the woods. Lil is looking up on the side, does drop a ward over here. Now they do have the sentry. Crystallize immediately pulls it down, so that alerts them. Glimpse coming back here. We'll be able to throw out the kinetic field. And during all this, Ramsey gets a kill over onto Seneko, and they turn themselves around. Oh, that unstable concoction will land though. And Crystallize, after getting a nice double kill, unfortunately will not be able to really finish up here. There's going to be another cogs coming out. Looks like Roger is going to hookshot himself out over onto Dendi, but the glimpse is there, and it's actually going to go over onto Dendi. Unstable concoction coming forward. Oh no, our Thunder God's in a lot of trouble here. That last uphill miss though. He gets over to the shrine, but it's not fast enough. The drag comes in though. They're going to be able to at least be able to grab this disruptor, get a revenge. Possibly Solo running himself out though. Those spirits, they were doing so much, but unfortunately they get separated. Pasha was trying.
Really nice force staff coming out from Pasha. Almost saves the disruptor, but nice little tick there at the end. Does secure the kill. Is just a disruptor for
Zeus. General.
So
they don't have anything to interrupt TP though.
But he is forced to TP out while they have a creep wave on the tower, which is not ideal. He's gonna back up though. Doesn't feel confident just yet with Bloodseeker up and running. Just I mean, they're just gonna give no one more and more space, right? He's got it. He's gonna work towards his Manta. He's probably gonna have that by 20 minutes. Yeah, about 21 minutes for him.
Then we're getting really close to the Radiance now over on the Bloodseeker, so he's starting to catch up here. Still nowhere near no one though. 15k net worth over on the Alchemist, 8k on the Bloodseeker. Sky is just balling out of control over here.
Dendi being very greedy. He wants to get himself a Bloodstone, which, I mean, that's ballsy, considering how much pressure they've been putting on him. But if he's able to get it, and then they get a couple of kills, a couple of team fights, could be the start of a swing back in Navi's favor for sure.
TP comes out here on the bot lane. They do realize that Ramses is found himself a Roger. Cogs come out, but unfortunately, there's just too much damage being pumped out. We'll get the kill. And Lil actually going to be the one who cleans up. There's a big Zeus ult coming out. Does get the kill over onto Seneko, and we lose Solo in the meanwhile on top of that. But oh, the slow coming out again. They need something to interrupt these TPs.
Yeah, they are a little bit late on stuns, which is one advantage of Navi's draft. They've got plenty of disables, but right now that's not their issue. They're having a lot of damage issues, which is something that VP has in spades. And I mean, just taking a look at this net worth graph, slowly but steadily climbing up to almost a 10k net worth lead for VP. Experience, pretty similar story, up to 4k in their favor.
And look at that dip though from a couple of those fights that just went a little off. Bottom lane, they spy a Roger. Roger already pops that battery, so he wants to just run himself away. That Rider standing nearby though should be able to help him out a little bit, blinks himself forward, and force-staffs Roger out of danger.
Some nice teamwork coming up from Navi. No, I got you back, Roger. Don't worry. And Radiance is online for Crystallize now.
They know they're there. They're looking for him. Yeah, they find him over here into the trees. They find General. Easy peasy. That's definitely a dead Bat Rider. That snipe coming in. Glimpse comes back as well over onto Roger. He is stuck in his cogs with 3 heroes that he does not want to be with. And looks like Lil will be able to throw the stone out. During all this, though, no one goes into the jungle. He finds himself a Crystallize, and he just murders him.
Yep. Radiance against Radiance. I think Alchemist wins that one.
Oh, boy. That is not what Crystallize needed during this.
Yeah, he's going for the BKB next. It's really early, and it's not going to really help their damage issues, but it needs it in these fights to stay alive. You got Magnetize coming out.
Look at Seneko! Seneko just runs away immediately when he sees Al come in with the boots of travel.
He has to. Like...
No, agreed. It was just... I guess I'm laughing because this is something that happens frequently to me as I'm playing support. You know, you're doing your own thing. You're like, oh, this looks like a wave that I can, you know, maybe farm up. My chorus hasn't touched it yet. And then all of a sudden the Tinker, or someone, usually it's the Tinker though. The Tinker, you see him like starting to teleport and you're like, oh no, oh no, oh no. Because you know at that point, he's got a blink. He's got a Dagon. I'm just dead. And it's like the slowest death is the scariest and the worst kind of death.
Yeah, just getting run down by an Alchemist Radiance.
Yeah.
Maybe he chucks out an Unstable if he's feeling particularly vengeful. And 20k net worth lead now on Alchemist, officially doubling up on Crystallize at 10k. And still Denty struggling to keep that farm up.
You feel so bad for Crystallize though, because he's going now for the BKB. Immediately though, the jump in coming out here from the Bat Rider will be able to grab Solo, but unfortunately can't drag him out fast enough because of that unstable concoction. Look at these Enchantress arrows just flying in. Now Crystallize gonna be forced to run himself away. Roger also just kind of juking around in the trees. We'll throw out a cheeky little rock.
VP's just gonna take this.
They go right into the Roche.
Yeah, they go right into the pit because I mean, they've almost got Octarine up on Alk. This Roche might even just give him the gold to do it. And then you've got Octarine, Radiance, Armlet, Aegis, Alchemist running at your tier 3s. And
Roger needs to be careful here. He gets spotted out immediately by Lil. Lil gonna go do a little chase here. There are the TPs coming out to the shrine. We'll be able to go ahead and cog up Lil. Throws out the kick though here. We'll be able to get Cask off. Does get a bounce or two, but will be enough to save Roger's life. Smoke comes out. They're looking for maybe a pick here. Oh, the glimpse comes back. This
nice hook shot forward.
Yeah, definitely. We'll be able to throw out the cogs, and stable concoction comes out as well. Couple bounces. Roger living on the edge over here, but they're gonna have to lose this tier 2.
Yeah, they are gonna go for a trade. Crystallize pushing in down bottom. I don't really think VP cares. Like, he's just gonna put a little pressure. They are gonna send the Weaver back. They don't want to have to give up any objectives that they don't need to.
I mean, he could always technically time-lapse right back up to where he is too, but I just feel bad. You know, you look at Crystallize, he's had kind of a rough game. He's had to lane against the Alchemist, had some difficulties with that. Dies a couple times here, and now he's got to go for the BKB. Like, this is not a fun time to be playing the Bloodseeker. They are able to spot out the Enchantress, though. She goes ahead, throws up the sprites, and look at this. Doesn't care. Just walks herself over across the river to the loving arms of Lil and Solo and says, all right, that was cute.
I mean, you're getting 100 HP per second. with that.
Glimpse comes back over onto Crystallize. This is not something he needs right now. Static Storm comes out on top of that. Unstable Concoction. No one is just unstoppable. This Alchemist is
He's
a
throwing out
beast.
the taunts too.
Cogs come out. Burns up a bunch of that mana. The roll comes in though from Lil. He's looking. He gets the stun off. Buy themselves a little bit of time, but these guys are just so efficient.
Yeah, Batrider is going to cut the
Synergy.
waves, trying to delay. They're trying to delay this push with everything they've got.
He's going to be really careful here because there are people TPing the Shrine. They spot him. Yeah, he's going to have to blink himself into the Roche Pit. Immediately tries to TP himself out. They don't have anything to cancel it.
Solo started the glimpse, like he was raising his arm up to get the glimpse on the Batrider, and then just barely in the nick of time makes it out. So close.
Risky plays. All right, well, Dendi has his Bloodstone, so that's a step forward here. This is
I just don't know how they kill this Alchemist. Like, they haven't been able to do it yet. He's 606 right now. It's 25 minutes in. He's got Radiance, Octarine. He's got Aegis, so even if they kill him once, he just comes back and does it again.
I don't know how they deal with this. I don't think they have enough damage because, I mean, you look at Crystallize, he hasn't been able to buy any real damage items other than, you know, the Radiance, which is, you know, nice and all, but it's not enough to take down an Alchemist. Maybe you get lucky and you can dump out a ton of damage using this Witch Doctor, the Maledict, and of course, you know, his Death Ward, and then of course you got Dendi, but like, these guys are just melting in these fights, or they're getting a really good pick off to start with, and then they're taking, you know, using their advantage.
Yeah, again, the problem comes down to burst damage versus sustained damage. Navi has a lot of sustained damage, right? They have heroes that are really good at running you down. Bloodseeker, Witch Doctor, Batrider. Zeus is really their only burst damage, but once he drops Lightning Bolt and his ulti, after that he's a lot of sustained damage over time. And that's where an Alchemist just thrives. And even in some ways, Ramses, he's got the Lincolns online now, he's got time-lapse, so it's really difficult for Navi to just kill these heroes off and let it be done with.
Lincoln just pops over onto Ramsey. A couple bounces coming out from Cass, but again, no one. He's got an Aegis. He's not too concerned. Goes ahead, he pops the Manta, turns himself around. The Maledict comes out as well. They're just trying to find the opening. Glimpse comes out though. We'll be able to grab two heroes. Unfortunately, the Static Storm not going to be able to quite do it. The Yules comes out though, does prevent Batrider from dragging into that building. He's going to get downed. Ramses now, he's got his eyes over here onto Roger. Roger trying to run himself back. We'll be able to use the Cog, save himself a little bit of time here. And Cass comes out. Again, Maledict. They're just going to reset and go back in. Again, Alk has this Aegis. It's going to just go right there, throw out the Unstable Concoction. It lands over backwards, and they get the glimpse off over onto Dendi. Dendi is toast. They're going to try to take out the Roger here. Roger in a little bit of trouble. He does get healed up by the Bloodstone. He might actually still go down during all that. Yeah, the acid spray on the ground still does the job, and no one back up. Yules comes out over here onto the side. Looks like they're going to try to... Oh, the BKB comes out from Crystallize. As though he's gonna try to fight them off. Solo's actually gonna get taken down, and no one realizes, okay, I guess it's time to go.
They hold high ground. They hold high ground. They don't lose any buildings, and they don't lose any buybacks. So
they lose Bloodstone charges though.
Yeah, they definitely they're not in a good position, Moxie, but it wasn't the worst position. And it was a hold, right? They didn't get tier 3. They didn't get any racks. It was a hold. No buybacks were forced. It's a sign of life for Navi. This means that do have that opportunity to delay the fight enough. They took really good advantage of no one's downtime with this ult. As soon as it was almost...
We've got an Ags on Ramses.
Well, now the game just gets nigh impossible. Oh, you successfully bursted down our Alchemist? Give him back his health from 5 seconds ago.
What a gift. The gift that keeps on giving here, literally.
It's here, give this, I give this to you so you can help me.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm sure he's happy to have it anyways. More stats, right? Oh boy, Crystallize and Dendi are in not a great position here. In fact, the Yules comes out. Looks like Dendi was trying to get out quickly. Not going to be the case. He actually uses the suicide on his Bloodstone. Crystallize is still dead though. And VP just march on towards victory here.
They don't buy back. This is probably a lane of racks, I want to say.
All the chat wheel coming out. Man, I guess all the pro players really miss those sounds too, right?
Oh, I miss them. I'm not gonna lie to you. Maybe not while casting, but I definitely missed him.
Oh yeah, during games, I'm like reaching for Crybaby and it's not there. What is life without these sounds to spam to my mid player who keeps complaining that they're ganking him? You're familiar with that, Board? You play mid.
Listen, I don't cry.
Yeah.
I don't cry about getting ganked. I cry about having
that's what all mid players say.
I cry about getting 4 heroes in my lane. That's when I cry.
Fair enough, fair enough. They are trying to burst down this Alk. Again, though, Alk in a little bit of a bad position here. There's the Ags come out from Weaver, though they've already used that lasso. This is looking so scary. And he's trying to run himself out. The connect field comes in, doesn't connect, but he's just so slow. Ramsey's going to be able to go ahead, turn around. Batrider also going to get taken down. This
might be game.
I don't know. I don't feel like they want to give up quite yet. This is, you know, the next one in is the grand finals. Like, this is one of those things where I think you fight it out to the very, very end if you can.
I mean, I'm sure they want to, but at this point, like they finally almost got no one dead. He was almost dead. And then the Ags is out.
So good. Snako trying whatever he can to just push them out of the base. But he's just one lone little witch doctor. Look at Noah. He's like, yeah, I don't know about this.
He tries the Manta dodge, is unsuccessful.
Yeah. Look at this illusion just running at Snako and Roger. Oh. What do you do? What do you do if you're Navi right now? Because this Alchemist is officially, you know, he's been a problem, but he's so scary, especially now with the Weaver Ags. He's just, you can't kill this guy. You haven't killed this guy at all. He's 8-0-11.
He's going for another Ags too. He's got the point booster queued up, which pretty much means he's going for another Ags. And I think if he puts the Ags on Lil, I literally don't think they can kill him because, yeah, there's the Ags. So this is probably going to go to Lil. Because if they put it on Lil, right, between Weaver Ags, where you get the time lapse, or Enchant Remnant, which is one of the most broken abilities in the game, let me just make you invulnerable and kick you 1,800 units away, which is like a blink dagger and a half, and you'll be fine.
All right. Man, I mean, Weaver, you know, or no, not Weaver, I'm sorry, the Bloodseeker. Crystallized starting to catch up a little bit. This Alk is just so far ahead here. Saves him the bounty rune even on top of that.
I mean, they want their eggs. They want their turn.
Yeah, right? I mean, this is a very generous Alchemist. My Alchemists don't give me anything.
No, I need
they'd rather buy a bunch of extra couriers than give it to me when I'm supporting half the time. Sometimes you get some really nice ones. Like, how do they defend this? Like, you've got General, he's looking for an opening, but, you know, this tower just went down so quickly, and the roll coming forward, they let the creeps take the tower.
They were looking for the glimpse on Dendi, that's why Earth Spirit rolled forward. He didn't even want the kick, he wanted the glimpse on Dendi, and he almost got it. But how they hold high ground, or how they hold, is they let the tier 2s go, which they did, and they have to hold high ground. It's their only option. They have to try and, like, spam waves out with Dendi.
We got a Roche up and running. If they can secure this Roche, I think that's GG.
It's going to be a smoke up from the 4 of them. They're going to make an aggressive maneuver. BP might not see this coming,
they have to. Let's jump forward immediately over here. BKB comes out here from Ramses. There will be a nice hook shot over here onto the side, but there's just not enough damage. They're able to take down Snako. The roll coming forward here over onto Crystallized. Crystallized, there's just too much damage being popped out. He gets the rapture off, but it doesn't matter. Ramses doesn't care. And there's the chase into the base. They're going hot in pursuit of Dendi here. We'll be able to go ahead, drop the Unstable Concoction. They'll just kind of back off. Glimpse comes back in, though. They still really want to get this kill over onto this Thunder God. Pasha coming forward again, trying to slow him down. The Magnetic coming out as well. And looks like, uh-oh, this is looking real scary for Roger. The Diffusal doing just enough slowing so that Weaver can go ahead. And there's going to be the Yules coming out. Looks like General should be able to get himself back here. Glimpse comes back, but look at that Glimpse range. Oh my goodness, BKB gets taken out here with no one. He's just running around the base. He doesn't even care. He's like, yeah, I'm an Alchemist. I've got farm. Life is good. Already Ramsey's dropping all of his items. He's feeling very, very confident. Don't give up. Enemy incoming.
You can see no one immediately pinging, like, hey, we haven't won yet. Don't see me that cloudy stuff.
That's all that they need, right? The ultimate 3-2-2. Glimpse comes back out over onto Dendi. They'll be able to land the Unstable Concoction over here. Snako trying everything he can to do this, but it's just not going to be enough. Crystallized still running forward. He's got his eyes over here. We'll be able to take down Lil. And now it looks like no one in a little bit problem. He doesn't actually have the Anyway, coming back, the buyback comes out though. They want to finish this game. Ramsey's sitting so very low. They'll turn back around. There's the BKB coming out from Ramsey's. There's going to be a nice hook shot coming in as well, coming out from no one. The GG gets called. VP going to make it to the grand finals.
I mean, that was just it wasn't even outplay. That was just a straight up outdraft. That Alchemist pick just absolutely devastated. They killed him twice that whole game, and they just didn't have enough burst damage to get him down. The Zeus and the Bloodseeker together, they went for a little bit of cheese with that interaction, but it wasn't enough, and VP just really solid drafting from Ramses.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Gold for me.
A golden thread.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. top tower has fallen.
Hand of God.
Loses.
Thought I could.
Shuttle and loom, I weave your doom.
Punishment for your sins.
Delete loose ends.
Extra crispy.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Regeneration.
Bottom tower has fallen.
You have to kill me twice. Oh, the judge is just from above.
Radiant's tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And in all of age.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom barracks have fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks have fallen.
A golden thread.
That should help. for wrath. Sacrilege.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. I feel renewed.
Killing spree! Knockout! In my dreams. Swift sorceries. Dominating! Time is money.
A golden thread.
Invisibility. That should help.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Rewind. Oblivion.
Tower is under attack.
A healing dominating.
Now drink.
Penance. This is outrageous. Rush to judgment. Double kill.
I weave your fate.
Killing spree. Triple kill.
Structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Unstoppable!
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Dominating! Ownage! Deserve a better death. Come in here!
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's top barracks are under attack. Radiant's top barracks have fallen. Radiant's top barracks have fallen.